Hello, my name is Domínguez. I'm from team number 5 and welcome to our final chemistry lab project of the second semester of the Prepa UAG. My team is made by Sebastian Lucatero, Alvaro, Josue, and myself. Today we're going to present a reaction of organic chemistry. So, without any further ado, let's get rolling. Today, the setup for our experiment will be a little different, since first, what you're going to see is an entire chemical reaction on its full glory. Afterwards, we're going to explain how basically it came to be, as well with our conclusions. So, let's get to it. This is where the fun stuff begins. With these materials, we're going to try to imitate the process behind a fire extinguisher, but in a much more smaller scale. In order to do this, we're going to need some basic materials, such as some vinegar, some baking soda, a water bottle similar to size in this one, some matches, a spoon, and a candle that will make our fire. So let's get started. So we begin by pouring about half of the bottle with vinegar. So let's get to it. We're going to fill about kind of halfway so that it reacts well. Everything. So this is about pretty good. A little bit more could be better, but overall this is pretty good. Now let's go into the next step. Now comes a bit of a complicated part. We're going to basically want to pour a teaspoon of baking soda inside of the bottle and quickly close it up so that most of the carbon dioxide stays inside the bottle. So let's get to it with about, let's see, something like this should be good. So let's grab the bottle and let's get to it. We have to be very careful, we don't want to lose a lot of baking powder, and as you can see, as it begins to bubble and do its rising, we need to close it up like this. A little bit spilled up, but it's completely fine. We just want it to be bubbling. So let's continue. We're gonna wait a little bit for it to make a lot of gas. After a while, we're going to continue with the experiment. So while this is still bubbling a bit, we're going to actually light up our candle in order to get the experiment all nice and ready. So let's light up our candle. This will take a while. So let's light up our candle, see if it's picked up. Great. Alright, let's wait a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now the moment of truth. We're going to see if this experiment actually works. Now that we've got our gas encapsulated inside of the bottle, we're going to see if the gas itself, without the liquid, can pour out this tiny little flame. So, without further ado, let's see if, just by merely opening, so let's try to pour it out. As you can see, the experiment was successful. Not a single drop of this mixture got into the candle. And as you can see, just by letting the carbon dioxide act up, we managed to basically pour out the fire in this case. So this was the theoretical part, the practical part of our experiment. Hope you liked it. As you can see, it's very simple to do. It involves some just simple baking soda, vinegar, and as you can see, the fire is completely out.
Well, what many of you may be wondering is how the vinegar and baking soda turn off the flame without even pouring the liquid out of the bottle. Well, the chemical reaction that we do is between baking soda and vinegar, as I already said. But these two, when you mix them, produce the formation of a gas known as carbon dioxide. Well, since this gas is heavier than air, it fills the container, expelling the oxygen, in this case the bottle, and the rest of the air. And obviously when you open the bottle, well, the gas comes out, and without oxygen the flame goes out. This happens with fire extinguishers that work by smothering the fire. They cut off the oxygen that the fire needs to burn.
And well, as they could see, the experiment was a success, and all the materials were used together with organic chemistry material, which in this case was sodium bicarbonate. And then our main idea was to make the extinguisher work and manage to put out the fire. And as we could see, how the reaction of the bicarbonate and vinegar producing carbon dioxide, extinguishing the fire, something that we did not expect because it was an internal experiment, but as it was possible to verify, this is turned out to be a success. So recapitulating, this type of experiment helps you to know more of these topics and to know how the organic chemistry works.
So, this was our last project for the entire semester. We hope you really enjoyed it and that you learned along with us throughout the entire videos that we made. As always, we hope you enjoyed them. Remember to please stay safe, and as always, have a great one.